Give it up for Paula! Are you ready for more fun and make waves? All right, then let's do the wave. You've been to sporting events before. We're going to start on this side, right over here, way over on that side. And what we're going to do is we're going to do it twice. Once for the pros and once for those that are still trying to eat their food. All right, let's see how loud you can get too. So, starting over here, come on, let's do the wave. Everybody get up. Come on, no, you got to get all the way up. This is, all right. Woo, here we go. Here we go. All right, good. All right, we can do better than that. Come on, over here again. Let's go. Woo! All right. Nice. Okay, good job. I can feel the empowerment in this room. Wow. But let's be real. Any twists and turns in life, especially for women in business, can actually take you off course and actually feel like an endless swim in unpredictable waters. Meet the Rogers family. They actually have an almond farm business in California, and every year they battle the drought, competition, lack of supplies, and the stakeholders always saying, hey, it's another bad year, you might lose the farm. Well, I got to know the CEO and mother, Jennifer, and let me tell you, the nut industry, it's not what it's all cracked up to be. She's very concerned, she's stressed because she knows that being under that type of pressure, that she wants to make sure that she can feed her family, put a roof over their head, and build a better future for her kids so that they can take over the business someday. So she said, I want to be prepared for the next stakeholder meeting. So we got to work, and as I got to know her even more, I realized Jennifer, she is a very creative person, so much that she's way outside the box type of thinker. So picture this, a room full of suits. Jennifer walks in and she drops a bombshell. Fellas, you're always telling me that I am actually always going to lose the farm, but there's no strategy, no results, nada. What am I supposed to do? Actually sell the nuts for you? And right there, Jennifer had the nuttiest transformation. And in 3.5 months, she actually rebranded her entire business to what it's called now, My Husband's Nuts. We're talking almonds here, right? In a nutshell, Jennifer took her farm business from rags to riches, multi-million-dollar sensation overnight. No competition here, fans over here. People are going nuts for her almonds. Now, Jennifer's experience is very similar to what we all face on the road to success: resistance. You know, it's always around, it's always popping up, whether it's obstacles, challenges, issues, situations, all the time. But yet, think about what you do. Think about what you do. The resistance that keeps you from moving forward right now. And because of it, does it make you stuck, bored, tired, maybe doubting your skills at the same time? Because resistance actually is the master of chaos. So much that it's easy for women in business to actually carry so much stress all the time. Oh, wonder we like our wine so much, right? But what if you were able to lessen your self-resistance so that you're stronger, you're braver, you're faster, you're wiser than ever before, to where you crush your sales, to where you actually can reach and exceed your revenue goals, or maybe even buy that dream house you've always wanted, or have that relationship or partnership you've always been looking for, or maybe just be a multi-millionaire like Jennifer. If so, then the question becomes, are you ready to be ambitiously you? Say yes! Yes! Woo! Good. Now, as Paula mentioned, I actually am a big fan of the water. I actually grew up with the breakfast of champions, coffee and chlorine. As a matter of fact, I wish I was a mermaid. Have you ever seen that movie Splash with Daryl Hannah? Yeah, that should have been me. Yeah, for sure. But here's the thing that swimming actually brought to the table. Something revolutionary was introduced just a few years ago in the world of swimming, and it was a discovery by dolphins. When swimmers dive in at the right depth, moving a certain way, there's air pockets underneath the water that allow them to swim faster, smoother, and easier while being in control. And that new fifth stroke in the swimming world is called streamline. Repeat after me. Deborah, what is streamline? We're going to wake you guys up. I'm glad you asked anyway. Streamline is a focused path that is created through a flow of movement where it's least resistance. And when swimmers dive into the water to make this happen for them, they are smashing records. And on land, well, you know Jennifer, she became a multimillionaire just like that. To be ambitiously you is an act of making waves in the direction that you want to go. And I believe doing the streamline makes that possible. We call it the GO method, goal-oriented, because we're all goal-oriented. It's just a matter of attaching it to 3 easy steps: start, shift, and surge. So repeat after me loud and clear. I am called to navigate changing waters and making waves. Splash-tastic! There you go. I'm already behind on my cards. Okay. So let's go through these. First of all, start. According to Forbes in 2023, women actually made up of 42% of the global workforce, but yet only 30% were actually in leadership roles. And what this actually means is that there is a huge, huge opportunity for women, ambitious women, to rise and achieve their dreams. However, you cannot stand still. You have to push yourself with the effort of what's important to you. Now, I know for me, as a a swimmer, darn it, I've always wanted to actually start something really special for myself, a dream that I've always wanted to do. So I started an adventure called Channel Swimming. Now, again, I've had this dream for a long time, but I never had the courage until I met Jennifer. She inspired me so much, I thought, I need to get off the block and go. So I thought I would try the Channel Swimming. So I signed myself up to a 6-woman team that was called the She Creatures to actually do a 21-mile swim from Catalina Island to LA. And was there resistance? Oh yeah, there was a ton of resistance. The first year, I couldn't afford it. It was too expensive. The second year, a week before our launch, I contracted valley fever. I was on the bathroom floor crying while watching this live stream of the team swimming in. The third year, which was just a few weeks ago, I thought, if not now, when? I'm already the oldest in the group at 83. Do I look older? Oh. To start anything is hard, but it's harder if you don't start what's important to you. We know it takes confidence. We know it takes self-determination, perseverance, focus, but yet, above all, self-love. Self-love. I mean, could you imagine if we were obsessed by the things that we loved about ourselves? We would be so happy, we would be high-fiving in the mirror every day. You have to work harder on yourself. You have to come first, or you'll never be able to start what's important to you. And the inspiration has to come from someone or something. You have to motivate yourself, and you've got to find the air pockets, that opportunity of where that can be. Is it on social media while following celebrities? No. Good answer. I love it. Exactly. You have to find out where that is. You have to work harder on yourself because you are worth the experience you create and the difference you make. Who said that? Me. I just said it. Oh. But I always knew that I wanted to make sure that this dream was going to work for me, and I knew that I had to shift. I knew it. I knew I had to go from the comfortable 78-degree pool water with the black line that I can follow at the bottom and hang on the pool, at the wall, and then yet I knew I had to shift to the open water of 59 degrees, no black line, no wall. I knew I had to shift my work schedule around training. I had to gain 10 pounds for buoyancy, and then I had to know how to respond to people that kept going, Deborah, you know there's sharks in there, right? Yeah. But here's the thing. Shifting is non-negotiable. Because if you don't shift, it'll shift you. Remember a couple years ago when the world flipped upside down? My speaking industry business vanished, went completely kaput. And because of it, for the very first time, I experienced depression. I was on the couch, having happy hour at 8 in the morning. For weeks and weeks. My family and friends could not understand me. I went down that rabbit hole, and it did not feel good. I lost myself. But then I thought, wait a minute. I know I have more to me than what is displayed right here on the couch. So I thought exactly what Vicki said yesterday in the panel, visualization. We do it all the time in the swimming world. Why can't I do this on land? So I started visualizing. I sat at the dining room table with a blank piece of paper, and I started visualizing, what are my talents? What are my expertise, my experience, my gifts? And I started writing them down. And before I knew it, I had page after page after page after page. And I looked at that, I'm going, wow, I do have it. I know I can get out of this rabbit hole. And so once I recognized and visualized what I'm all about, the doors of opportunity opened. And one of them, during that time, was I recognized that in my neighborhood, I live with a lot of snowbirds in Arizona. They're not home, they're on lockdown. And I thought to myself, who's flushing their toilets? Bam, an idea. I started a home watch business. Might not sound glamorous, but I started a home watch business of flushing toilets, watering plants, checking on their house, make sure there's no leaks. And before you know it, they were sending me their garage codes. They were sending me their keys. And we are going 5 years strong now with over 100 clients, the same clients to this day. And I thought, wow. Visualizing. And I never thought my career would go from PowerPoints to plungers at all, but they did. And that's okay, because I finally found that I can utilize and master what I know. The last couple days, for you that have been here, it's been such a delight to get to know you, and I know you've been able to gather so much more knowledge. And yet we need to learn to master what we already know. Let me give you an example. Communication. We all can master a better communication, right? We can be better at this. As a matter of fact, we can have, a better, deeper and richer conversations than we usually do. Instead, what do we have? We have miscommunication, lack of communication, no communication. I wish those people that made the fitted bed sheets would sit down and talk to the people that make mattresses and get on the same page. Making a bed should not feel like putting on a swimming cap on a refrigerator. It's like, right? Let me show you what I'm talking about in a very quick exercise for you. Everyone see a yellow piece of paper, the color of my pants for some reason. Everybody see a yellow piece of paper, green piece? I want you to grab that piece of paper real quick. I want to give you a quick exercise of what to do with this paper. Okay? I want you to, everybody get a piece. You'll notice it's an 8 by 11 piece of yellow paper, right? I want you to hold it with 2 hands. Does not matter which way you want because it's just a blank piece of paper, all right? All right, follow along with me here. I'm going to give you three instructions, all right? I'm going to communicate with you. And yet, we're going to see what kind of results we get from it, all right? So I want you to hold it with 2 hands, all right? Easy enough? Okay? Oh, by the way, there's fine print. You have to close your eyes. No cheating. No copying other people either, right? No copying. As a matter of fact, speaking of copying, you know, back in the 1960s when Elvis was alive, there were 400 Elvis impersonators. In the 70s, that grew to 800. In the 80s, it grew to 1,600. In the 90s, it went to 23,000. Today, there are 48,000 Elvis impersonators. They said if that trend continues, there'll be 1 in 4 people that will become Elvis impersonators. Don't let it be you, so stop copying. Okay, so I want you to close your eyes. Do not open them until I say so, all right? Here we go. Play along with me, everybody. Got your 2 hands on it? Hold it up high. All right. I want you to fold the paper in half. Easy enough, right? I want you to tear off the upper right-hand corner. Now I want you to fold the paper again. And I want you to tear off the upper left-hand corner. Then I'm going to have you fold it one more time, use your muscles, and then I want you to tear off the lower right-hand corner. Now, without opening your eyes, I want you to unravel your paper and then hold it up high so your table and everybody around you can see, and then once you do, open up your eyes. What? All right, well, this is interesting. What happened? I have some of my husband's nuts, not my husband, but the product I'd like to give away. If you can tell me what happened. Miscommunication. What was that, sir?
Miscommunication.
Miscommunication on whose part?
Mine.
What do you say? It's a perception. What else? We got somebody on this side?
Everybody saw a different vision. Everybody saw something different.
Everybody saw something different.
I don't know my right from my left.
You're right from your left?
Different starting point.
What?
I got turned around.
You got turned around?
Different starting point.
Different starting point. What else? Yours matching mine? You couldn't see it? Are you saying it's my fault? All I did was give you 3 simple instructions. Wasn't anybody listening to me? But think about it. This young lady, she's actually right. It was my fault. There was a lot of things I could have done, right? I could have actually had your eyes open. I could have slowed down. I could have come from down the stage down to here so you can hear me and watch me. I could have had your eyes open when I said, okay, take your right hand to your left hand. There's a lot of things I could have done differently. However, there are over 1,000 of you in here and not one person asked me a question. Or said, Deborah, slow down. Here's the thing, if you are not clear, if you are not getting what you need from the other person, you need to make sure you do. Because if you don't, that's how mistakes happen. Make sure you are clear in everything and everybody. Slow them down, stop the process until you completely understand. Completely. And that's where feedback comes into play. Shelley with JP Morgan Chase mentioned about feedback on the first day, and she was absolutely right. We should have feedback, but yet majority of people don't admit that they need help. Why? Ego. Ego. But here's the thing. If you get feedback, you're going to find out that other people might have navigated the waters that you're in right now. You could be sitting next to somebody that's a teacher. You talked about mentorship these past couple days. Same thing. Mentorship is very important, very important. And I can tell by this group it's very important. And yet, sometimes, like, where do you find it? Well, here's a question for you. By show of hands, how many of you actually have the best client you ever had? You just love them to death. Come on, where's your hands? You just know who they are. Okay, all right, well then maybe you're gonna be honest on this question, because whoever that client is, you wanna ask them to be your mentor. How about if you want to be honest on this question? How many of you have a nightmare of a client? Yeah. All right, ask them to be your mentor. What? Yes, think about what you learned from them. And if you want to get them on your side, spend some time with them. And then above all, where could those clients actually be? Mentor We, right there. If you're not a member or part of Mentor We, you better now. Because it's all about trust. Leaders from across industries actually say, if you cannot trust each other, there is no way you can do business with each other. And when you trust one another, I know I've heard it before, you gotta earn my trust. Well, you know what? Trust is transactional. You can give it too. And the sooner you give it, the sooner you get what you want back. So don't wait. And it's as simple as communicating it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I want you to turn to the persons next to you, and I want you to say as loud as you can, rattle the walls, these 3 words. I trust you. Go. Well, good thing I didn't have you say I love you.